Hey guys, it's Captain Forest here. Today, I'm back with an interesting crossverse matchup, a DC and Marvel matchup. All you guys voted in my community tab. Shoutouts to everyone who voted, and there was a particular matchup that was mentioned and it really sounded like really good on paper, and I'm gonna go ahead and deliver it today. It is Superman versus Immortal Hulk. Now, this version of Superman, I'll be using Rebirth, as mentioned through the viewer who commented in the community tab. Also, before I start this video as well, huge shout out to my boy Korin. He helped me with some of the DC and Marvel stuff, and also shout out to Nyotic too. He also helped out too. Make sure you check out those links in the description. Also, Coffee Shop Gang, check out their channels. Links will all be in the description. Shout out to Splash, shout out to everyone else. They make content similar to mine, anime and manga alike, or comic books. And also, I have my other links in the description if you guys would like to support me on a personal level. Those links will be in the description too. Now, I'm going to start off with Rebirth Superman. I'm going to go over his AP scaling. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Immortal Hulk. So, starting off with the Man of Steel himself, one of the first very impressive feats that comes to mind would have to be when Superman completely embarrassed the World Forger while in the 6th dimension. When I say 6th dimension, I'm not talking about the higher 6th spatial dimension. I'm talking about a completely different plane of existence, far beyond the concept of dimensionality, time, and space. As a matter of fact, this 6th dimension is beyond other planes of existence that are already completely beyond the concept of dimensionality, space, and time as a whole. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes of things. So let's work our way up. The bleed is pan-dimensional. The bleed contains all dimensions of reality, and there are an infinite amount of higher dimensions, making the bleed high hyper right off the bat. One of the next structures that's worth mentioning would be the Sphere of the Gods. The Sphere of the Gods is a platonic archetypal realm far beyond the bleed. And when I say far beyond, I'm not just talking about an infinite or inaccessible transcendence. Nope, the Sphere of the Gods is easily conceptually beyond the bleed. This would make the Sphere of Gods an outerversal structure. Beyond the Sphere of the Gods, we have Limbo. Limbo is at least an infinite to inaccessible transcendence above the Sphere of the Gods, so that's at least an inaccessible transcendence into outer. Beyond this is the Monitor Sphere. The Monitor Sphere is an archetypal realm and fundamental world where everything is more profound and absolute, and was described as a realm of nothingness beyond the multiverse, the bleed, the Sphere of Gods, and even Limbo. Beyond all of this, we have the 5th dimension, aka imagination. The 5th dimension is not the 5th spatial dimension. Just like the 6th dimension, this is a completely different plane of existence. Beyond everything mentioned previously, which would be the 4th dimension, I think it's safe to say that the 5th dimension is an infinite to inaccessible transcendence above everything I previously just talked about. So we have at least an infinite to inaccessible transcendence into high outerversal. Now, we're at the 6th dimension. The 6th dimension itself is at least an infinite to inaccessible transcendence above the 5th dimension, which means the feat that Superman performed is beyond baseline outerversal and baseline high outerversal. At least 2 infinite to inaccessible transcendence into high outer. A supporting feat would be when Superman knocked out Barbatos. To sum it up, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman found Barbatos chained up. When Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman were going to walk away, Superman decided to knock Barbatos out. Barbatos himself was stated to have struck the World Forger down. So overall, Rebirth Superman is consistently high outerversal, or at the low ends, or like a low degree, or however you want to downplay. He's easily, like, Superman is just easily like outerversal. Like, if you want to like eliminate all the consistency or like downgrade Superman, so easily this ballpark of level of power, so high outerversal is pretty consistent. So that's going to round up the AP for Superman. I'm going to go ahead and talk about Hulk. As for Immortal Hulk, we've seen him essentially one shot an avatar of the One Below All, while in the Below Place. The Below Place is described as an endless abyss that lies as the dark reflection of creation and that which exists above it, standing underneath everything, similar to how the One Above All exists above everything. Now let's talk a little bit about creation, starting with the universes themselves. I've mentioned this before, but each universe is a high hyperversal structure. The local multiverse itself is literally an Aleph transfinite number that these high hyper structures, making the local multiverse itself high hyperversal or low altiversal, depending on which tiering system definition you would like to use. It doesn't matter too much at the end of the day. Let's move on to something more important, the superflow. The superflow, as stated by the maker, is a place where concepts live and make war, which is supported by the statement that says where living concepts make war, and he also supports this statement by saying that it's the realm of abstract entities and that it's an informational space between universes where dreams come from. This is supported by the fact that Lifebringer Galactus states that it's the highest plane of reality, the level of aspects, the highest space of dreams and visions. It's also been confirmed to be a conceptual space, and at this level, combat is a metaphor. Essentially, the superflow is conceptually beyond the multiverse, aka deep space, which means the superflow is an altiversal structure. Next, we have the neutral zone. The neutral zone is cosmologically beyond the outside of the superflow. It contains predatory concepts and is described as the white space surrounding all there is in reality. Simply put, the neutral zone is beyond the superflow to the same degree that the superflow is beyond everything below it, making the neutral zone a high altiversal structure. Moving on to the far shore. The far shore is described as a void of non-existence beyond all levels of space, time, life and death. The furthest place is possibly to go in Marvel cosmology. Beyond the neutral zone, the Shaper of Worlds saw what laid beyond. He saw the vast shore, too vast for him to comprehend. Legit, the far shore is at the edge of everything, aka creation, at least inaccessibly beyond the neutral zone. So far, one inaccessible transcendence into high outer. Here's where things start to pick up even more. Now let's talk about something that's beyond creation, before we fully establish where Hulk scales in terms of AP. Let's talk about Oblivion. Oblivion is the void, the absolute nothingness beyond all creation. The concept of all creation is an illusion from Oblivion's perspective, and all its beings, both mortal and cosmic, are merely phantoms. Essentially, comparing Oblivion to creation would be the same type of comparison as the neutral zone compared to the superflow and the superflow compared to everything beneath it. Even Oblivion is beneath the below place. You might be wondering, how far beneath the below place is Oblivion? Infinitely to inaccessibly beneath, at least. Hulk's importance in Marvel is very fundamental. He is necessary. Essentially, he is the personification of the wrath of the One Above All itself, the right hand of God, if you will. To sum it all up, where both characters scale in terms of AP, Superman has two infinite to inaccessible transcendences into high altiversal. Hulk is one infinite to inaccessible transcendence above Oblivion, who is conceptually beyond high outer versal structures such as the neutral zone and the far shore. In other words, Superman is at least a couple infinite to inaccessible transcendences into high outer versal, whilst Hulk scales to stuff that is infinitely to inaccessibly beyond something that's already conceptually beyond high outer versal. So in terms of AP, Hulk is vastly above Rebirth Superman in AP. He has the AP edge pretty easily. So if it came down to AP, I award this to Immortal Hulk more often than not. So overall, how do I see the fight panning out? Now that we know and establish the AP ranges for both combatants, I'm going to talk about speed. They both have irrelevant speed, so speed shouldn't be a huge issue. However, I do feel Superman is a little more agile and acrobatic, which would help him in the fight. Both have ways to take victory, so I'll break it down. So Superman has some ways he can win. Since AP would be an issue, Superman would take great use of his versatility and range. He would fire heat vision at Hulk and try to vaporize him. Now, there are conceptual arguments for the heat vision. Superman has demonstrated to deflect Darkseid's Omega beams before, which is termination itself, so conceptual erasure. Now Hulk would be able to tank the heat vision with little to no effort. Hulk has taken conceptual attacks before from Thor. Thor himself is an elemental archetype, and the gods in Marvel are fundamental, so those beams would not be able to conceptually hurt the Hulk. We've seen the Hulk Dark Walk through Cyclops' optic blast, which also has conceptual arguments behind it, as it was able to hurt an avatar of Dormammu and also hurt Thor. So the same would apply to Superman. BFR would also be a good win con for Superman. He could send the Hulk away into another realm, into an multiversal realm, and leave him there. But the Immortal Hulk has ways to deal with that. In fact, BFR could be a risky win con for Superman. If Superman is not careful, Hulk can just one-shot by thunderclapping Superman over the ears like he did to Gladiator. And even if Hulk is BFR'd, he has the speed so that he can move around in such a realm. And he will do this in character as well. If he's trapped in this realm, the Hulk could simply just destroy the realm. He can just thunderclap it away, punch it away. We've seen the Hulk destroy Nightcrawler's universe. So that is another option if BFR was to take effect in this fight. And if this does happen, the Hulk is going to be pretty pissed. The Hulk does have his Rage Amp as well, which will further amplify his AP. So it will just make the gap between Superman just far deeper, far greater in terms of AP, just a completely profound difference. So Hulk would just have the AP even more, essentially, in this fight. So I don't think BFR is a reliable tactic. It could work if there was no way for Hulk to deal with the BFR. Plus, another thing that would also save the Hulk is his Type 8 immortality, his conceptual fundamental Type 8 immortality. It would bring him back. It would save him. The Green Door, it's far beyond the Green Door. Like, it's more impressive than the Green Door. Toa will not allow Hulk to just be left like that. He will save the Hulk. The Hulk is necessary. So there's a lot of ways and a lot of resistances for Hulk to deal with such. So overall, I just think there's really isn't a best solution for Superman in this fight. There is just too many ways for Immortal Hulk to resist a lot of Superman's hexes. A lot of the advantages on paper would just amount to nothing. Hulk would just exhaust all Superman's options. The heat vision won't work. The BFR aspect won't work. Punching him won't work. Phasing through Hulk won't work, because Hulk would just regen. Plus, Hulk has dealt with people who have phasing powers. He bullied Vision when Vision attempted to use his intangibility on Hulk. So there's just far too many ways for Hulk to just resist Superman's hexes. And at the end of the day, I just see Hulk just incapacitating Superman and just one-shotting him. There isn't necessarily a way for Hulk to kill Superman, because Superman himself also has a conceptual Type 8 immortality, which is very impressive. The story of Superman just won't allow Superman to just die, or if he's put in a very dangerous situation, like being erased from existence, like his story will not allow that. But his story has never protected Superman from being incapacitated though. So this would definitely be one of Hulk's, by default, his best win con. So overall, I have to give this to Immortal Hulk more often than not. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoy. Check out those links down in the comment section. But it's been real. I'll see you guys in the next one.